You ever open a new tab, type, "What am I doing with my life?" and then watch 6 videos about minimalist wardrobes instead? Maybe it's you, maybe someone you know. That little hiccup, the scroll, the click, the sudden guilty laugh, is the moment this video is for. If you clicked because the title said, "Why You Feel Lost in Life, 1830, good. This is that video. Stick around. I'm going to name the hidden psychology behind that itch, show you the 5 most common ways young adults get lost, and, if you watch to the end, give a tiny 60-second exercise that actually reboots how you decide what matters. Sound fair? Let's go. First, picture this. You've got graduation photos on your phone, a LinkedIn profile half-filled, and 3 playlists labeled Motivation, Chill, and I'll figure this out later. That blur between excitement and paralysis, it's normal, but it has patterns. Here are 5 types of lost people you might recognize. See which one fits. Or which ones keep tagging you in the mirror. The directionless doer. You're busy, like all the time. Internships, side hustles, habit tracking apps, a to-do list that looks like a tiny novel. On the outside, activity. Inside, no compass. The psychology? Action can feel like progress. It releases dopamine. But activity without values is like running on a treadmill, going nowhere. The real problem? Doing things to avoid the question. What if you paused and asked, "What am I doing this for?" Would you keep doing it? Maybe, maybe not. If you're nodding, try this. Pick one thing you do this week and ask, "Does this fit what I want in 5 years?" Not to plan your whole life, just to see whether your motion has direction. Then there's the overthinker. You can imagine the scene. 2 hours researching the right career path, 98 personality quizzes, and an inbox full of opportunities that never get a yes. The brain here is cataloging risks, hunting certainty like it's a lost phone charger. The psychology is intolerance of uncertainty. The idea that if you can't predict outcome, you shouldn't move. Problem is, life's a fuzzy, messy experiment. Waiting for the perfect data point is waiting forever. Quick test. Give yourself an experimental permission. Do the small, risky thing for 30 days and treat it like a lab, not a lifetime decision. That tiny reframe removes the all-or-nothing pressure. Next, the comparison chaser. You scroll, you compare, and overnight, someone else's highlight reel becomes your personal measure of success. The brain treats social proof like survival data. If peers are succeeding, maybe you're falling behind. But online platforms weaponize comparison with endless curated wins. The fix isn't blind optimism, it's perspective. Ask, who are my real reference? Your family, your friends from high school, or a stranger with a viral reel? Swap the comparison metric. Measure progress against your own 6-month self instead of the world's 1-minute clips. Now meet the pressure cooker. Maybe your map was drawn by someone else. Family expectations, cultural milestones, the checklist of how grown-ups do life. You followed the arrows because that's what people do there. The psychology is externalized identity. You equate success with meeting others' metrics. That path often works until it doesn't, and by the time you notice, you're halfway down a road you didn't mean to choose. The antidote: a values audit. Write 3 things you secretly enjoy when no one's watching. Those choices, tiny as they are, point away from other people's GPS and toward your own. Finally, the waiting for a sign person. You're waiting for a sign, a mentor, a failure, a lucky break, to tell you when to start. The mind likes signals because they are simple. Move when the sky turns green. Problem is, signs are rare, and waiting trains you to be reactive instead of creative. The psychology here is learned helplessness framed as patience. The cure is signal making. Create a small deadline, ask for feedback publicly, build a tiny ritual that forces action. You don't need the perfect sign. You can manufacture one by deciding and showing up. Here's the twist tying them all together. Feeling lost usually isn't about lack of options. It's about missing choices that feel like yours. When options multiply, careers, identities, lifestyles, and your inner compass is quiet, you default to either frantic doing or frozen waiting. Neither helps. So what actually helps? 3 simple moves you can do right now. First, name the type. Saying, "I'm an overthinker," out loud changes how your brain treats the problem. From identity, "I am lost," to strategy, "I tend to do this." Second, shrink decisions. Make rules that cut options. For 90 days, I'll choose the cheaper social plan. Rules free up energy. Third, practice micro-commitments. Start little, fail small, learn fast. Decisions become less dramatic and more informative. Before we wrap, the 60-second reboot I promised. Sit up. Breathe. Think of one thing you've been putting off because you don't know what will happen. Now pick one tiny action you can take in the next 24 hours that costs you less than 30 minutes. Write it down, timestamp it, post it in the comments, or tell a friend. That moment, the time-stamped micro-commitment, is a signal you made, not waited for. Do it and watch how your brain starts offering options you can actually test. Which type fit you? Or, curveball, did you find 2 or 3 living in the same head? Drop that in the comments. Type directionless, overthinker, comparison, pressure, or sign. Or pick your own label. If this landed, subscribe for more quick psychology videos that don't just explain the problem, they give you the tiny tools to unstick it.